In this section, we will prepare some reports using a suitable database package. The database package we will use is Filemaker Pro. First, we need to import a CSV file, so we click here on Convert an existing file, and we find the downloaded file, j8prods.csv. In this box here, we need to select all available files so that we can open a CSV file. The first name in this file is going to be field names, so select field names in this option here, and we can save our converted file somewhere suitable. So here is the imported file. Now we need to assign certain data types to the fields. Category needs to be text. If we look in field type, we see that by default all of these fields are already text. So we can leave category, country as they are. Code needs to be a number. Product is text. Stock is a number. Reorder is a number. Price is a number. Special is Boolean. Now, Boolean means there are two possible values, y or n, and we'll allow this. We'll leave the field type as text because y and n are text, but if we click on field options, validation, we can set a list. Only the two values y and n are allowed. So select member of value list, manage value lists, and we need to create a new list. Let's call it Boolean, and the values allowed are y and n. We need to enter these on two separate lines. Press OK, OK, OK. Finally, notes we leave as text. Now we need a screenshot showing the field names and the data types used. To do this, we click on File, Manage, Database, and then if we select all the field names, so click on Category, hold down Shift, click on Notes, click Print, and preview. This gives us a list of all of the data types we have assigned. So then we can screenshot, Shift, Control, Command 4, select the area, and then we can paste this into Word and print it out with candidate name and number on it. Now we need to insert 3 records. So we can just insert these at the end, click on the plus and start entering a record. So we have T, save the data. The data is automatically saved. Now we need to produce a report, and the report needs a calculated field called cost. So first let's create this new field. So click on the plus sign, enter the field name, cost, right click, first enter, then right click, field type. This is going to be a calculated field, calculation. Okay, and it's going to be equal to price multiplied by reorder. And we need to make sure calculation result is selected as a number. Okay, So we've calculated the cost. And in our report, we're only going to show records where the stock is 50 or less and the product is not a special order. So first let's find the required data. So stock, we can type in less than equal to 50. And the other criteria in the product is not a special order, so special type N. Press enter and it finds the required fields. Now we need to produce a report, so we click on the new layout report button, report, and for this report we're going to want the total cost of the order, so we want a grand total but no subtotals. So click next. The fields we need to show are category, country, code, product, stock, price, cost. So just double click on each of those to select them. Next. We do not need to organize records by category, so click next. They should be sorted in order of cost in ascending order. If I click on cost, we can see it's in ascending order. Next. And the grand total, now we need to specify that the total we want is the total cost. So click specify, add, we want the total cost. Okay. We need to give this a name, let's call it total cost of order. Okay. Add grand total, and it needs to be placed at the end of the report. Click next. We can select the default theme. Now the header at the top of the page could be anywhere at the top. Let's have it centered. Let's have large custom text. Reorder list. And the footer, the bottom right, let's use small custom text for our name, candidate number, and center number. Next. We don't need a script. Next. And finally, let's view this in browse mode. So this has the records we need in the correct order. A few last things we need to do to tidy it up. Let's check through all of the requirements. Cost fields should be currency with 2 decimal places, as should the price. Now to do this, click on layout, click on edit layout, click on cost, data in the inspector. If the inspector is not open, click the inspector button. And we need to format this as currency, 2 decimal places, and the symbol, you can press option 3 on an American keyboard to get a pound sign. There's cost. Same for price. Currency, 2 decimal places. Option 3. And total cost of order should also be currency, 2 decimal places in pounds. While we're editing the layout, we can see we have the category labels. That's fine. We want a single page, landscape orientation. To make it landscape orientation, let's go to File, Page Setup, click on the Landscape Orientation button here. OK. We need the label total cost of order next to the total. So to add a label, click on the text box button. We can add a text box here. Let's type the text in first before we move it. And place it on the left, just next to the number, the total cost of order. You can use the arrow keys to move the text box around. Close the inspector, save layout, exit layout. And this displays pretty much as we need it. So finally, to print this, go to File, Print. Let's just view a preview here. Preview, we can see it fits on a single page, it has the required heading, column labels, total cost of the order is calculated, and there's a label next to it. So that's fine, so we can print this and submit it. Next we need to produce labels. In order to produce labels here, first let's show all the data again. Let's go to Table View and let's go back to Layout 1. Table View, so we can see all the fields. Now we need to show only the records where special is yes and the notes field is not blank. So click on Find and we create a new search. So special should be yes, type in capital Y, and notes field can be anything but not blank. The way of showing this is to type an asterisk or Shift 8. Press enter and we can see there are 6 records here. Special is Y and they all have notes. Now, in order to produce the labels, first we need to set the page orientation to portrait. So click File, Page Setup and select Portrait. OK. To actually create the labels, we click on New Layout Report. The layout type is Labels. Click Next. And we're going to need to use custom measurements. Now we want 2 labels across the page. And so the width of each label, given that the page is nearly 21 centimeters wide, the width of each label needs to be approximately 10 centimeters. And the height of each label, we can see in the example there are 4 labels going down the page. The page is 29 centimeters long, so if we do 6 centimeters high, we will fit 4 down the page with a little extra room. Let's click Next. The fields we want on the label are code, product, price, and notes, and each of these needs to be on a separate line. Then we need a heading at the top, that's ICTC Special Products, and a name, center number, candidate number at the bottom. Click Next. Let's view this in preview mode first to see what it looks like. So getting there, we have labels of a suitable size. Just need to edit a few little details. So click Exit Preview. First thing we can do is get rid of this extra white space at the top. We don't need a header, so click on Header, press Delete. Then the heading, ICTC Special Products. If you double click, open the inspector, click On appearance, we can center this. And that finalizes the layout of the label. So close the inspector, save layout, exit layout, and here we can see the labels that will print appropriately. So the last thing we need to do is File, Print. Let's see the preview. That's fine, we can print it. Finally, we want one more report from all the data. So change out of preview mode back into browse mode. Table view. First show all the data. Show all. Let's go back to layout number 1. Now, the final report needs a summary of the country, product and stock fields. Basically, we want to show each country, and for each country, how many products are for sale and what's the total number of items in stock for that country. So we're going to need to create 2 summary fields, one to show the number of products and one to show the number of items in stock. So click the plus icon here to create a new field. Let's call this one the number of products. And again click plus and let's call the second one the number of, let's call it items in stock. Now I need to set these up as summary fields, so right click, field type, summary. Okay, so the first one is going to be the number of products, so that's just a count of products, and it's going to be a count of products per country, so we need to restart the count for every country. So click restart for each sorted group when sorted by country. Okay, and just make sure we're sorting by country so that this works properly. Items in stock, right click, field type, summary. Okay, now this is the total stock, or the total of the stock field for each country. So again, running total, restart when sorted by country. Okay, now this asks us only to report products more than 3. This is not something we can do in Filemaker Pro, but it's something we can slightly cheat on and edit later. So to produce this report that's going to be exported, it's going to be saved in a form that can be imported into a text document. We go to File, Export Records. Let's find a suitable place. Make sure the type is comma separated text so that it can be imported into Excel. Give it a name. Let's call it exported data or something. Automatically open file so that it will open it in Excel. Save. Now, first we need to make sure group by country is selected, and then we add the field. So we make sure country is added, and we want to add the number of products and the number of items in stock. But we don't want total number of products, we just want number of products by country, so we can delete number of products, and same for items in stock, we just want the items in stock by country, so delete that. Click export, and here's a Excel file, or CSV file, that has each country, for each country, the number of products and the number of items in stock. Now we only want reports where the products is more than 3. Now we can cheat a little by doing this in Excel. First let's sort these by the second column, by the number of products column. So click on the top of that column and sort in any order, doesn't matter which order. So now we can see products numbering more than 3. The ones we want are these here, more than 3, not including 3, that is. So we can select all of the data where the product is less than 3, right click, delete. So we're left with 4 countries, and let's put these back into alphabetical country order. So again, let's sort into ascending order. Now this is the data we can now import into a text document, and that's what we'll do in the next section. But that's all for now. Goodbye.